Hello, my friends. I'm going to start calling you guys my friends if that's okay with you guys. How are you guys doing? I wanted to talk about, just people in the church because I have a lot of people, and I've seen this for myself. I just want to say, everybody that's goes to church and that's in the church um, is not fake. You do have some authentic, real people, that love God. But I also know that you have a lot of people that are not real. And I say that because I mentor a lot of people that do not, they don't want to go to church because of the people that's in the church. You have some mean, hateful people, that's in the church. And it is, it is kind of, I wouldn't even say strange because the word of God tells us, that it is happening in today. But if you are professing to be a child of God, you know, there should be some fruit showing somewhere. You should be able to control. Self control is one of the fruit of the spirits, um, and be able to control yourself from being so hateful and mean to others. And I understand sometimes we have our moments, but I'm talking about the people that are always mean and hateful and ugly to people. Um, and just for no reason, maybe because they're having a bad day. But years ago, when I was always raised in the church, but when I really got to know the Lord for myself, I always asked God to keep me humble. That was one of my prayers. I didn't even know what I was praying, but I asked Him to keep me humble. And yes, I still have my moments, but I don't, I love people. So do people make me upset? Yes. And I'm sure I probably make people upset, but I don't do things on purpose to make people upset. You have people that don't like you for no reason. They may be envious of you, jealous of you for no reason. Because I try to show love to people, even though I know that everybody may not, like me. And no matter how much you try to show them love, they won't like you or whatever. But that's between them and God. But I say that to say this, we as Christians, should be an example. Your light should be shining. The Bible said that you would know the fruit. You would know the tree by the fruit that it bears. And people be talking about how ugly and mean people are. And most of them, like I said, I mentor a lot of people, and they talk to me about a lot of things, and it make my soul and my spirit sadden because, you know, Jesus, you love the Lord, and that's your Father. You His child. It's like you making Him look bad, but in a sense, it's really not making Him look bad because people, I have to explain sometimes the best that I know how. I don't know everything now, but I do know what I know, and what I don't know, I go to the Bible and find answers. But you're trying to explain to people that trying to get to know God about the people that's in the church that's judging, being mean and rude, ugly, and all this other kind of stuff. You know, doing one thing, saying another, um, not living what they're saying, and it's all kind of things. But I just, all we can do is pray for people, pray for them and live the best life that we can live. Because the Bible tells us to not let our good be evil spoken of. You don't want your good to be evil spoken of by somebody that may not know God. Then it'll make them think different. Even though we cannot control other people, but we also, I know I do. I try to live the best life that I can live, according to the Word of God, as much as I know how. Um, and it's the best life. And as a witness, a living witness, I know that if you have the Spirit of God inside of you, there's no way like you could be so mean and hateful like that to people, and you're professing to be a child of God. There, I can't understand how people do that. I don't know. So when people come to me and try to ask me things like that, you know I just say, the Bible tell you, you know the tree by the fruit it bears. So if it ain't bearing no good fruit, then there you have it. But let's love one another. Let's try to encourage one another. Um, everybody's not going to love you. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not even going to support you. I love to support people. I always have been, but I haven't always gotten it back, and by the same people that I support, and that's one of the hurtful things, to support people, and then when you need them to support you, they won't, but you just have to keep going, learn from your lessons, and keep going. So let's love one another. You know, and all I can say, like the people that's, professing to be people of God and being hateful and mean, um, sometimes we just have to learn not to even answer back to some things. Like even on some of my social media, I had some people say some ugly things to me, and I would respond back. I used to, not anymore. And my kids were like, "Mom, don't entertain that. Just block it or delete it." And I'm learning to do that because you don't want to give no good. You don't want to put out no bad energy. Take away your good energy to something negative and bad. Because everybody have their own opinion and they have their right, and you have yours. Just love, smile, forgive, and remember that I love you, but Jesus loves you more. And I pray you all be encouraged. Let's love one another and be kind and be nice to each other. God bless.